Hey, how you doing there, good folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks. There we go. I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This particular drink is making me feel a little extra patriotic, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today, though. I've actually had this particular item's been in my fridge for about a week now or so. I went around, I've been trying to kind of, like I do the reviews and stuff like that and everything. I found myself lately drinking a lot more soda, and, as a kid, I drank a lot of soda. And as I got older, I started kind of weaning myself off of it to an extent. I know I didn't want to completely give up on it because I like it, But at the same time, I dialed back pretty far. But recently, it's summer, it's been hot and everything. I've been drinking more soda. So I wanted to kind of veer out a little bit, start looking into some of the alternatives, something that, I could go into. And I found a thing, and I was like, sure, I'll review that. So, what is it? Why am I feeling patriotic, folks? It's because it happens to be, boom! It's from Bubly. It is Bubly Sparkling Water Melted Ice Pop. It's Rocket Pop Bubly. Folks, if you've watched my channel over the past maybe 3 years or so, I've reviewed a number of Rocket Pop flavored things. Faygo and Mountain Dew and what have you. At some point within the last 3 years, somebody cracked the flavor code, and now we live in this universe where every so often we just get Rocket Pop flavored stuff. Now, it is interesting that they specify melted ice pop flavor. So what that means to me in my, translation lingo, because there's kind of two ways that you can make the Rocket Pop thing work. Either one, you can go there and try to create an experience where you actually get sort of pieces of the three individual flavors. And I've had drinks and stuff that have done that, and it's really neat. Or, in what is more common, you kind of get just a general blend of what all three of them would sort of do together. I'm guessing that's what this is. But let's give it a shot, folks. Let's see what it is. First of all, let's get a thing for the thing. Can we get a thing for the thing? I want to get a thing for the thing. Looks like that. Ha 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 ha. And yeah. I like Bubly in general. They sell it at my work. Sometimes I'll get it. Smells like Bubly. So. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Bubly, as far as sparkling waters go, and I've reviewed plenty of sparkling waters at this point, Bubly is okay. They're not my favorite. Spindrift is probably my favorite off the top of my head. But they're worlds better than some of the other ones, like fucking LaCroix. Why does anybody drink LaCroix? That stuff is trash. There's so many, and I'm sorry, no offense. Like, if you like LaCroix, that's fine. Enjoy your LaCroix. For me, though, there's so many better ones that have come along since then. And I would say Bubly is one of them. I think they're not my top tier, but, they're good. Now, the thing is, of course, it is a sparkling water, so you're not going to get, like, a heavy oomph of flavor. But Bubly, typically you're going to get enough flavor that you can sort of make out what it's trying to do. With this one, sorta. The problem is that, the melted ice pop or rocket pop flavor, it kind of, there's different sort of interpretations of it. How much do you go in with any single flavor, and how much do you blend them versus how much do you try to single out the flavors? That's the thing. Everybody's got sort of their own spin on it. This one, for what it is, yeah, there's something there, But the combination of it being like sort of a blended flavor on top of, again, it being a sparkling water, so it's not like I'm getting like a heavy kick of flavor. I'm a little bit here or there as far as like the, the rocket pop flavor kind of thing is concerned. There's something to it, but I would need more oomph to really properly gauge it, and unfortunately it's just not there. There is something, though. Maybe my palate's just not, advanced enough anymore, years of being alive and slowly dying like we all are. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, again, there is something to it. Mostly, it tastes like a slightly sweetened... How much sugar is in you? Oh, you know what? 0 sugar. So, okay, there we go. Is there any... Oh, apparently it's made by PepsiCo. Okay, well, there you go. There doesn't appear to be any other, like, specific sweeteners in it. So, okay, fair dues. Yeah, it feels, like a slightly flavored kind of, sparkling water. Like, it tastes like what it is, but, yeah, this is one of those things where I think it kind of works best when you have just a dedicated flavor you're working with versus trying to create, like, flavor blends and stuff, because it's really hard for that to convey, through a sparkling water. I don't mind it, though. Like, it tastes okay. It has a very nice dry, sort of refreshing flavor to it. It's one of the things I do like about Bubly's. It's got that sort of kind of factor to it. And then, I don't know, there's kind of like a very light, sort of general, sort of fruit blend kind of flavor. But it really is somewhat off in the distance, It's part of the reason why I like Spindrift is because Spindrift, the flavor actually, like you get a nice chunk of flavor. With Bubly, again, I think this is one of those things where I like the idea more than the execution because, again, it's hard to really convey properly with a sparkling water. But it's not bad. I actually do like it. I just don't know how much it tastes like Rocket Pop to me. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Probably not, and sure. So, here's my takeaway. For me personally, again, as I've already mentioned, Bubly I like, but it's not my favorite sparkling water brand. There are at least a couple others that I would say are before it. Those are typically the ones I'm going to go to. But if we take those out of the equation, if we're just talking Bubly itself, would this be my new go-to flavor? No, because again, although I do like it, and I kind of appreciate what they're trying to do with it, I think for me personally, I would just go for one of the more, like typically if I get Bubly, I get like the blackberry flavor. It's a simple flavor, it's got a nice oomph to it, it works well enough. With this, I do like it overall, but the fact that it's kind of hard to really key in on anything with it, in terms of the flavor, yeah, I think I would just go for one of the simpler ones. I don't dislike it. I'll certainly drink the rest of them, because, I had to get it as like it's an 8-pack or a 10-pack, I don't know, something. But, I'll certainly drink the rest of them and enjoy them for what they are. But, yeah, I don't think this is a bad flavor. It's just for me personally, which is why if I'm going to recommend it, sure, it's not one that I'm going to, like, swing fully into an endorsement for, because, like, again, I think there's people who are going to be like me, who are going to sort of be like, well, okay, because that's kind of where I am with it. I like it, but well, okay. And, but at the same time, there's people who, again, maybe their palates are a little bit more, la-di-da than mine is. Or maybe just, they might just prefer the overall experience more than I did. It's worth trying. That's the best way I could put it. This is one of those things where it's worth trying. Give it a go, see what you take away from it. I went over there, I actually gave one to a coworker before I did this review, because I know he drinks Bubly. And he really liked it. He thought it was really good. So, for me coming into it, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't like it quite as much as he did. But, so there's definitely a market for it. I would say give it a shot. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, over there, have yourselves a truly America-tastic rest of your life. Well, with the rocket pop patriotic stuff. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on sparkling water? Are you in it to win it? Are you kind of like me where you're sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Or are you one of those people who you just still don't get it and still aren't into it? Because really, anybody's able to take away whatever they want from it. I know for me personally, for the longest time, I wasn't into it. But, again, when, they started coming out with new brands that were kind of doing some good things, I was like, all right, so, and I found myself becoming somewhat of a fan. Anyway.